so much for checking out my metal cover of Never Let Me Down. You can get this song and all my music on iTunes, Spotify, and in my PPT shop. You also can support me for costs of each video on Patreon. And make sure to leave a comment what song I should cover next. And after that, we will see each other in 2 weeks on the next metal cover. Bye.
If all the kings and the queens on a throne, we will pop champagne and raise our toast to all the queens. Hearing whispers in the night, voices filling up your mind. You're like a ghost of you. You've been drowning in the rain, slowly sailing off the drain. So deep inside of you, see the colors of the sky slowly turn from black and white. The rising hope bodies slow. Now there's nothing left to lose, so we're breaking all the rules. And do you know what we know?
May I please get a number 9 with no pickles, large Sprite please, and may I also please get 2 spicy McChickens, and that will be it. Thank you.
that whole area.
I'll just pull up right there. All right.